Alright, now onto something relatively easy enough. We're going to do this shower curtain. I'm going to take a plane, and you can see I've already added the segments that I think will be good for this. I've added, let's see, 5 length segments and 24 width segments. Now the more segments you have, the better it will be, so that you can make all of the curves and folds of it. You could also sculpt this in a sculpting package and make it look really good too, but we're not going to do that for now. We're just going to concentrate on this much. So what I'm going to do is give it that gray material as usual. I'm going to move it forward here so we can see that. Alright, I'm going to line it up basically with the shower rod, like that. Alright, F4 so I can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go into the modifier list and go down to FFD box, and I'm going to set the number of points, length to about 5 I'll say, and width I'll go up to 20, something like that. That looks pretty good. Alright, now I'm going to go to the control points, and I'm going to go to the top view, and I'm just going to start selecting like every other one and just kind of moving it out. You can move it out far if you want to. You can move it kind of over and make it tight with the other ones. Any way you want. Some don't even have to go very far at all. Alright, just like that. Alright, now on the side view, I'm going to take those same control points, and I don't want it to be totally, I don't want it to be totally just straight, so I'm going to kind of take all these control points and kind of move them in like so. Like that. Give it something that looks a bit like that. And in the front view, I'm going to take a few like this and kind of move them over like that. Maybe have some of these go this way, some of these go that way. Likewise, I can go a little bit further down and kind of make it seem like it's following this path. Some can be quite random. Just don't want it all to look the same. I get something like that. Alright, now if you take off that and look at that, looks pretty good enough. We can go to Turbo Smooth and apply that. Now it looks like we got a shower curtain. Relatively nice enough too. Go back to my control points and just look. And we can just mess with it like so. Select a whole group of them and kind of move them like that. Alright, and that is our shower curtain right there. I'm going to go into the front view, and I don't want it to be straight across like that, so we're going to have some of it dip down. Some of it move up like so. Alright, and likewise at the bottom. Even though this is straight, if you were to lay it down on the floor, when it's hanging there, it won't look perfectly parallel with the floor. Alright, so that gives a little bit of randomness to it. Alright, and the next thing that we're going to do in the left view is just make a tube. Like that. Give it a little bit, something like that. Let's see here. I don't want it to sit on the shower rod itself. And then I gotta find it. It's way over here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn off the Turbo Smooth for now. I'm going to take back my tube and I'm going to put it right here. Take the shower curtain and raise it up a little bit more, like so. Alright, take that tube. We can actually make it a little bit bigger if we wanted to. So something like that. Give it that gray material so I know what I'm looking at. Zoom in on it. Check the radius here. Like that. Have it come in and sit like that. And a little bit over. Like that, looks good. If I were to apply a turbo smooth to this, automatically make it rounded enough that I like. So I'm going to call this curtain thing circle thingy. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so alright, we got that. I'm going to take it over and do that. Let's see, how many would I need? I don't know. Let's just pump it up to about 12 just to see what that does. And you know what? That was perfect. I don't even know how I did that. Alright, so the rest of it is, I don't want to make it exactly perfectly spaced all the way around. I just kind of want to make some that are closer to the others, especially around the folds. So let's just take some of these. This we can have over like that. This right there. And that kind of like breaks up the breaks it up some. I can go back to my curtain, go to my control points, and make sure that these things are actually being held up by these. Alright, like that. Just make sure that they're in there. And it looks good enough. Fairly convincing. Alright, something like that. Okay, take this over. That looks pretty good. This right here can go like that. Now if I turn the turbo smooth back on and deselect it, now we have something that looks fairly convincing. Alright, and feel free to mess around with this a little bit more, making some of the folds and wrinkles like tighter together and such. Like these, you can even take them and you can scale them together like so. And when you take off that, you can see that it looks pretty good, like right there. Alright, and since we named this whole thing right here, except for the plane, we can call it shower curtain. Like that. We can select the whole thing and group it together and call it shower underscore group, like so. Okay, I'm going to open it up a little bit. And right here, as far as this is concerned, I'm actually going to turn off the iterations, bump it up to 1. And then the top, I'll have to do that for every single one of them, but I might as well. And that way I can just talk about it. I was just going to delete them all and recopy them as an instance, but I'm not going to do that. In the next video, what I'm going to do is the lights that will be over the sink, and I think that after that we're going to be pretty much done with the bathroom. After that we'll be going through and putting in like stuff like towels and you know, maybe toilet paper on the side, the little holder, towel holder, little things like that. But that's going to be in the extras part of it. So that will pretty much conclude the bathroom area. And I guess so in the next video, what we'll do is work on the lights that are above the vanity and call this pretty much done. So I will see you in the next video. Let's close this. File, Save As. We'll call it 23, Bathroom 04. Hit Save, and we are done. I'll see you in the next vid.